Robert, what do you have in your hand?
Hammer.
Hammer. Is that hammer pretty hard?
Yeah.
Kind of heavy a little bit? He works out. All right. Sage, what do you have in your hand?
A nail.
A nail. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Everybody knows what a nail is?
Yeah.
Everybody knows what a hammer is?
Yes.
Do you think, Sage, that nail would hurt if it was driven into something?
Yeah.
A little bit or a lot?
A lot.
A lot. It would hurt a lot. Okay. So they have a hammer and they have a nail. And I'm going to tell you, sprout just a little bit. I'm going to tell you a quick story, right? It was a young man who was always picking on other people. He was always being negative. Always find somebody to pick on, talking bad about what money they made, what color they were, what kind of shoes they wore. He was always getting in trouble. He had a bad temper, getting kicked out of school all the time. So one day he got suspended from school. His father came home and he said, why do you keep getting in trouble? He says, as a matter of fact, do me a favor, go grab a hammer and go grab a nail. And he went and he grabbed the hammer, he went and grabbed the nail. He went out to the fence. And he said, I want you, every time you lose your temper, I want you to take a hammer, I want you to take the nail, and I want you to drive it into the fence. Every single time you lose your temper, every time you talk bad about somebody, every time you put somebody down, grab the hammer, grab the nail, and I want you to drive it into the fence. And after a while, he looked up, went outside, and he had driven over 100 nails into the fence within 3 days. Would you think that's a lot? It's a lot. So his father said, listen, I'm going to do you a favor. Now, here's what I want you to do. He said, but every time you hold your temper, every time you say something positive about somebody, uplifting, you encourage somebody, I want you to go outside and I want you to take the nail out of the fence. And it took him a while. His name was Jonathan. It took him a while to do that. But over time, over 2 months, over 3 months, he was able to go outside and slowly but surely, as he learned to control his temper, as he changed his mind. Because listen, you cannot change who you are by willpower. It's your mindset. It's about how you think. As a man thinketh, so is he. All right, I'll give that to you. As a man thinketh, so is he. So he began to change his mindset. And when your mindset changes, your actions change. When your actions change, your results change. So slowly but surely, Sage, he was taking this nail after nail, he was pulling out the fence. He took the hammer. Hope you know how to use a hammer, right? Yeah. Took the hammer and he pulled it out. One by one. After 3 months, every nail had been removed from the fence. And Jonathan stood there with his father and looked at the fence. And what do you think he saw when he looked at the fence? Any guesses? Holes. There were holes in the fence. And there was no way to repair the holes in the fence. After he had driven the nail in, Sage, after he had driven the nail in, he couldn't go back and undo it. So even though he took the nail out because he did something positive, he already negatively affected the fence. You guys can have a seat, thank you. He already negatively affected the fence. What am I talking about? Every time you do something negative, every time you put somebody down, you talk bad about them, whether it be because of what they have on, because of what they did in school, because they raised their hand and got the wrong answer, whatever it may be, every single time you do that, it's like driving a nail into them. She sent me a message on Facebook. She said, I'm really enjoying what you're doing. You're doing a lot. It was real positive, but I wanted to let you know when you made fun of me when I was doing push-ups at track practice, that really hurt me and I didn't want to come to track practice anymore. I'm like, what? Like, it's 2016. How many years ago is that? How many years ago is that? 16. And 16 years later, she's saying what? It still does what? It still hurts. It still affects her. Your life matters. If God woke you up this morning, he woke you up for a reason, and that's to make a difference. How many of you want to make a difference in this world? No, truly want to make a difference. Not be famous, not be rich, but make a difference, hands down. The difference starts here today. So find someone in the room, listen real closely, who you do not normally talk to. And I want you to either go up, give them a handshake, look them in the eyes, show some teeth. You got teeth? You don't have teeth? You have teeth? You have teeth? Show some, give them some love. Tell them you love them, all right? Even if you don't, practice it, all right? On three, then come back to your seats. 1, 2, 3. Somebody you don't normally talk to.